what argument is this cartoon making?
The government.
Pardon?
Ineffectiveness of the government.
Ineffectiveness of the government? Any other ideas? So we have the caption down below the drawing. It says, the bad news is Operation Anaconda devastated our forces. The good news is the American INS approved your visa. And we have a little name tag on well, this guy over here. So apparently this is supposed to be Osama bin Laden. So you said this shows the ineffectiveness of the government. How so?
Well, one branch has no idea what the other one is doing.
One branch had no idea what the other one is doing. Good. And you know that because of the rhetorical context, right? What is the rhetorical context of this cartoon? The war on terror. Specifically, what date are we looking at? 9/11, 2001. We know what happened then. We know what happened afterwards. This is all the context. If you don't know the context behind what happened with the attacks, and then the subsequent happenings in Afghanistan, and then
Osama bin Laden.
And Osama bin Laden, who he is, that he's America's most wanted, pretty much, hiding out in caves. We have Cave 13 in Afghanistan. That's all contextual. If you didn't know that, if you never heard of Osama bin Laden or what had happened, this would make no sense. This would not be an argument. You have to know the context behind it in order to fully understand it. What specifically does this refer to? You said it without being actually direct. The INS approved your visa.
The non-terrorist having approved visas.
Yes, and even after the attacks,
yes,
visas were still being approved by some of the hijackers afterwards. They're already dead, and all this has already happened. And I can't remember how long afterwards. I don't remember if it was weeks or months or days. The visas were still being approved by the INS.
Oh yeah.
Which is just ludicrous that could happen. That kind of, call it a glitch, but the systems of government weren't communicating with each other. If the INS didn't know the names of people who were on the terror list and that sort of thing. So it was a huge gaffe. It was a huge embarrassment, actually. And it, made a lot of people worried, as they should be. These are the people who are supposed to be protecting us. So that is all context behind. And the same is true when you're reading written arguments, or when you're hearing someone give a speech. What the context in which they're giving the speech can add a lot of meaning to what it is they're saying. So we have the words that they're saying, and then we have much more weight added to them when we take them into context. Right. Well, let's look at another one of these on 414. We have another cartoon here. Take a look at that one.